I was invited to Thailand by the cast of The Hangover Part 2 to give you an exclusive behind-the-scenes look at their new movie. I think I f***ed up. Oh, shit.
Be careful.
Careful.
What my fantasy was to as soon as we're done, I'm probably going to get a sex change.
Todd, was the success of the first film a surprise?
We felt like we were making a great movie, but the magnitude of the success really surprised everybody.
When did you actually find out you were going to get to do the sequel?
Once we started testing the first movie, the movie was just testing through the roof, as they say. And the movie came out in June of '09. They approached us in April before it came out and said we should start writing another one.
So is that quick?
Yeah.
Oh,
Your hair is gone. No.
I'm scared.
which of the three of you has changed the most since the first movie?
Me.
You?
Yeah.
It's just gone to your head?
I don't give a shit. I don't even care about this.
I can tell. I mean, whatever. It's all right, man. At least you're being honest.
Yeah, get out of my face, right?
Which of the three of you has changed the most since the first film?
Zach is a monster.
Honestly, I think we all keep each other in check. We all went through this crazy hazing together on the first one. Kind of gives us a bit of a bond.
There probably is more of an ease for all three of us now in terms of trying to solve a scene or try to figure out how this plays into that. So, it's just like hanging out with someone that you know better. Right. We didn't really know each other when we first shot The Hangover. Zach and I, remember we drove to Vegas together to shoot. And even though I had met him 5 times, he forgot.
How's it been being back with Bradley and Ed?
Ed Bradley from 60 Minutes?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say the
I'm
chemistry.
not bitter about it.
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah.
Brad and Ed Lee. What are their names? Brad and Ed Lee. And I have maintained a friendship since the first one.
Did it, buddy.
Sure did.
Cheers.
Can you give us 3 words to describe Bradley Cooper?
Ugly, feminine, unemployed.
One thing the world doesn't know about Bradley Cooper, he's actually an android. He was a person who's in a plane crash, and they rebuilt him, but he still has that Bradley Cooper heart.
The one thing the world doesn't know about Bradley Cooper, gosh, this is something that every day I ponder. And all I can say is, who gives a shit?
How about 3 words for Ed Helms?
I'd say an Ed describes him perfectly.
One thing the world doesn't know about Ed Helms is that was his real tooth missing in this first one.
How about spiritually and physically beautiful?
Often I ponder fake skipping of a rock. And I think about Ed, and then I'll think about Bradley. And then I'll think about Ed Bradley. And they're wonderful men, all 3 of them.
The one thing the world doesn't know about Zach Galifianakis is that there's nothing more to know because he basically is doing some sort of press for his movies and his career every minute. So there's nothing really secret anymore.
Zach Galifianakis, 3 words.
Rubik's Cube, pink.
Do you want to expound upon that? No.
One thing the world does not know about Zach Galifianakis is that he's a Navy SEAL. I think he's like beating up some spy right now.
Stu's right!
Ed said you were really good at impressions. Could you do an impression of Zach or Ed for us?
Here's Zach. And then here's my Ed. I don't know, it just comes to me really naturally.
That's beautiful.
Right? It's crazy.
That's beautiful. You
It's
can kind of do a one-man show.
It's as if I was both of them.
So if The Hangover 2 doesn't work, you can go on stage, maybe off Broadway and do the kind of
That's what my mom
impressions.
says.
Seriously, what is wrong with you 3?
So much, Trace, I don't even know where to begin.
Is your character Alan holding on to a secret in this movie?
That is probably a secret within itself.
Okay. We can leave it there.
Yeah. Secret within itself.
Okay.
Secret.
Be careful. Careful.
Stay right where you are. I'm going to try and figure out why I can't feel my tongue. No. My name is David Chokachi. I've been sent to Thailand by Spike TV for an exclusive look at the new movie, The Hangover Part 2. I lost my passport, I can't find the footage, and I lost my pants. I think I f***ed up.
Be careful. How do you trump Vegas?
Right.
And there's no question about it. The Bangkok is like,
Right.
It's a whole other level.
Vegas, I think, is the kind of place where, like, you get a little crazy, but you still sort of, like, tell your buddies, like, we did this, we did that. Here, I get the feeling people behave in ways that they don't even tell their buddies.
Have you seen any kind of crazy shit happen so far since you've been in Bangkok? Besides that? Pull that monkey in! He's
You get more trouble in Bangkok or in Vegas?
I think you get more trouble in Bangkok for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I think there are more opportunities to get into more serious trouble here in Bangkok.
I think it's more about the city and your soul that determines how difficult and how much danger you can get in. It could be in your bedroom, it can be in Bangkok.
Kind of depends on your personality and what kind of trouble you're talking about. For me, I'm not like a huge party animal, so I don't typically get in that kind of trouble, but I do get lost and confused a lot.
Oh, I think Bangkok for sure. It's a massive, I think it's 12.4 million people. Vegas is like 1 million people and then 7 tigers.
Bangkok is just craziness. Yeah. As I've learned more and more, it also happens to be a culturally phenomenal place of beautiful people, and that's not what most Westerners immediately kind of think of.
You know, it's probably the coolest place I've ever been to. The people are so nice here. It's incredible.
I like the people. They have a very nice energy. They're very, very sweet people. And the sex trade is running rampant, and that's also a nice thing about it.
I think it's a lot of fun to be had in Thailand.
Have you partook in the so-called trade?
The Ladyboy, it was more of a gentleman girl, I think, more than a ladyboy who I met.
Okay.
We heard about these adult entertainment where there's projectiles are shot out of certain orifices.
Wow.
Such as ping pong balls and darts.
They have a SeaWorld here? Or is that...
Yeah. We heard there's some really fun adult entertainment shows.
There's great bingo. There's table tennis.
We heard a lot about the ping pong. Do you want to elaborate that?
They're the masters of the ping pong. You know, the spin they can put on it.
I did frequent a couple of shows just because I wanted to culturally get into character.
Can you describe them a little bit in kind of...
I don't know, even for cable.
We heard some things about females projecting certain
ping pong balls, darts. Yeah.
I went to a show the other night where a woman put a Sharpie up her thing and...
Sign autograph?
No, she was just doing portraits.
Portrait sketch art?
Yes, it was still life.
Oh.
I unfortunately got dragged to a show that ping pong balls were not the only things.
Anything like that would kind of blow our minds? Oh, that's a little freaky.
Yeah.
We had a sick night, bitches.
So I brought along some Thai proverbs that I thought you and I could try and solve together.
See an elephant shit and try to shit as much.
So what do you think that means? What is the lesson here?
That an elephant has a huge sort of gastrointestinal tract.
Ride an elephant to catch a grasshopper.
Okay, ride an elephant to
What
catch.
does that mean?
I think it's kind of obvious what that means, David.
Okay, can you tell us, or you just want to internalize it?
I think I'm just going to internalize it.
That's fun.
Eat in a house, then shit on the roof. What's wrong with that?
That means that your bathroom is probably, that you need a plumber.
Having your buttocks on fire. Now, is that sort of metaphoric because the food's spicy?
Have you picked up any Thai customs since you've been here?
You know how, like, Madonna, when she moved to England, she started speaking...
Right.
So I started speaking, like, Thai with the accent. We've been here for 2 months. It's not very PC, I think. Hey, guys, check it out.
Alan, cut it out.
When a monkey nibbles on the weenus, it's funny in any language.
Are there any spoilers you can tell me about the sequel that you won't have to
Well, you just
roofie me?
interviewed Ed, so that was blown. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. So there goes that.
Yeah, but there's some wonderful surprises. Be careful.
I think I f***ed up.
I think I'm still David Chokichi, and you're still watching Spike's Action, The Hangover Part 2. But I'm not really sure. Damn you, Thailand.
You know that saying that's been beaten to death? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, what happens to what happens in Bangkok?
What happens to what happens in Bangkok?
What happens in Bangkok? Get penicillin.
What happens in Bangkok never happened.
Well, what happens in Bangkok, I think there are major repercussions.
You have to erase your identity or something like that, maybe?
Yes.
You know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas sort of is the assumption that you come back from Vegas. But Bangkok, you can't even say that because the real question is, are you going to come back?
Chow?
What are you doing here?
What is my +1?
Excuse me?
What would it take for me to be a member of the Wolfpack?
Through the eyes of the character Alan, you would not be allowed.
So that's pretty much a no for me in the Wolfpack.
You don't want to hang out with these guys. I mean,
Hey, you seem like a cool group, man. It seems like we could have some fun. I'm a fun guy.
You realize it's just a movie, right?
Sometimes I get confused. You know what I mean?
What is going on?
Ed, if you had to sum up the Hangover 2 in one word, what would it be? 2. Mayhem.
Epic.
Dirty. Dirty.
Taking it to the next level. Oh, that's a lot of words.
Oh, no. I got a better one.
Enhanced.
Sequel. Perfect.
I could save time in a bottle. First thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes away, just to spend them with you.
Are you guys seriously this calm?
What do you think the Spike audience is going to love about this movie? You know the Spike audience, they like UFC, they like dudes.
Oh, well,
I think it's pretty obvious.
the Spike audience will take away from this movie what they did in the first one if they saw it, and then some.
I wouldn't say any one group will enjoy it more than another. That was the thing about the first one, was the range of people that responded to it. I was in a hotel lobby and heard 2 80-year-old ladies recapping scenes from the movie.
No shit.
And I happened to overhear. They didn't know I was sitting there.
I really do feel like, as great as the first script was, this is a better script.
You can't just skip out of a bachelor party still.
Do you see that? That's orange juice with a napkin on top. So nobody roofies me.
It's funnier, dirtier, faster, crazier, sexier, cooler, and, did I say funnier?
Yeah.
Than the first one.
We're kind of upping the ante. I think it's going to be really good.
Sue, come on, get up. We got to situate.
Where are we?
We're putting a hell of an effort into it. Just raising the stakes.
Is it my teeth?
This is a real tattoo!
So we're pretty beat at the end of the day, but do I enjoy it? Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable.
Like some monkey.
It's just going to be pretty ridiculous.
Where the hell are you?
We're in Bangkok.
So Justin, I got to talk to you, mano y mano here. The goal of the show is to kind of give the audience a little bit of an idea what the movie's going to be about. And literally, they felt like there's this big secret that cannot be divulged to the audience.
Well, I mean, I could tell you the biggest secret of the movie, right?
You could?
Sure.
That would be fantastic.
So this is what happens in the movie that everyone wants to know.
Okay.
What happens... What's that?
Right.